As y'all know, the Chicago Bulls are what they are. They're going to be fighting for a play-in tournament, possibly the last seed in the playoffs, and it just don't look like it's going to get any better. But today, I've been watching a lot of teams around the league, and there's a couple players on other teams that I feel like are just wasting away in the situation they're in, and I can actually honestly see us using them for their talents in a Bulls uniform. So today, I'm gonna list off some of these players that I feel that could be a little disgruntled where they at and can fit into a Bulls uniform. This is Steve O Speaks with another episode on Shot Town Sports, and let's get it. But y'all gotta hear that music first. Let's go. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Shot Town Central Sports. Like I said, now the title and the thumbnail, y'all can see some of the players I'm gonna do. So let's get straight into it. Let's start off at the forward position at Jonathan Isaac, who is currently a Orlando Magic. The young man is 6'10", 230. From Florida State. A lot of people y'all know he's been drafted since 2017. He was a sixth pick, first round at the time. But he's done a lot of I don't think he lived up to a lot of the expectations of possible being a franchise player that we all thought he'd be at the sixth pick, but we all feel like he was going to be a solid pro nevertheless. And he's been dealing with a few of the injury buzz. I believe he had a bad ACL tear. I believe it was probably in a bubble around the whole protest and everything. You know, his whole thing with the protest, but that's besides the point. And he had to work his way back into the league. You know, at first he was in the, on their G League and himself, right? But eventually made it back to the roster. And as y'all know, the Orlando Magic has a guarded forward problem, and what I mean by that, they have too many of them. So he's fallen to victim of it. As y'all see, currently he's only averaging 6.2 points per game, 4.2 rebounds, 0.5 assists, but he's shooting 49% from the field, and his three ball is at a 40. No, I'm lying. That's the last few games. His three ball is at a 30%. His career is a 32.9. But the reason why I bring him up today is he's 6'10", 230, and he's pretty much a lockdown defender. Usually some people that come off that injury are not that good defensively no more because of the knees and everything. But he's shown as he's been back, he's still a pretty good defender, and he's able to stretch the floor at 6'10". So he can be on any team as of now and be a legit starting forward. If you don't ask him to do much, just doing what he's good at, playing defense, stretching the floor, knocking down shots. That is something that the Bulls can use most definitely. We always can use more defense. We can also use more size that he brings at 6'10". So he is one of the main people I wanted to bring up for the Bulls to keep their eyes on. And for sure, um, I know a lot of people don't like him. But I'm strictly just thinking on some of the things that can help this team around. And plus, I'm not looking for anybody that's going to be a big contract or a big anything. I'm just using somebody that can help us with building a younger team that's going to eventually become something. Because, like I said, I think the current constructed Bulls team is all but over. You pretty much got to keep the young people, which is really honestly Kobe and Ayo and everybody else. To me, in my, I mean, maybe Bitum if you feel that way. Of course, the rookie from Tennessee, maybe Sanogo. But besides that, you should start looking at players that you could bring in that's possibly not being used at their very best in other ways. So he's one of them. And so let's get straight into another at the guard position. We'll stay on the same team. Jalen Suggs is being heavily undervalued there in Orlando right now. He's improved every single year since he got drafted out of Gonzaga. He's pretty much known for it now, has been a lockdown guard since he came into the league. The man is 6'5". He's worked on his game, let alone his body. He's stronger now. He's now listed as 205. I think he was on maybe like 190, 195 in college. So he's putting on some muscle, putting on some weight. So he's working on his body as well as his game. Like I said, starting off in his first rookie year, I think he was shooting 32% from the three. Now he's shooting at 38.9, which is really respectable. Field goal went up as well. It was 41.3. Now it's 45.9. And he's averaging 12.1 points per game, 3.2 rebounds, 2.5 assists. And like I said, he's shooting 45.9% from the field. And to me, this guy is really a starter anywhere. Of course, he's young. He's a touted pick. I believe he was the first, second, or third. One of those. He was one of the first two picks coming out of Gonzaga. So if he doesn't work out there, which I think he won't, I just think there's way too many guards there that's in front of him or just not going to work with him. That he should go in there and run the show somewhere else. So, and I know a lot of people gonna be like, "Well, we got Kobe White, we got Ayo." I don't think bringing a Jalen Suggs here will be a huge factor for somebody like a Kobe White because at this point we see what Kobe White is. He can really be more of that two that can be a legit scorer, and they're both 6'5". So, and I like the playmaking and passing and defending more at the point guard position at Jalen. So I'm more comfortable putting him at that one, and I'm not going to frown upon putting shooting guard on Kobe. So he can run the two, and I just think that would be a good fit for us. Like I said, he's locking down most guards on a nightly basis. He plays hard. There's very few people that have the motor that he does. And he's one of some of my favorite player to watch. He's a known bull killer. Every time we play against him, he gives us some of his best games. So and somebody at, like I say, 6'5", 205, constantly working on his game, working on his body, and he plays hard with the intent of playing defense and playing and making the right plays. And that's something we desperately need on this team. And to me, I desperately wish that man would get out Orlando. I really would get out. If I had another team to look, even though it's not about me, I would love to see him in San Antonio next to Wemby. I think that would really help Wemby and him out. But I ain't with. I'm in it. I'm not in the business to help them out. I'm worried about us Bulls fans. So to me, if there's a way where you can find some type of way you can bring him in, I'm having Jalen Suggs as one of the top listings on my list. But before we get into the last two, you gotta hear from our sponsor Aura because you don't want your shit to get taken. We'll be back after the sponsor.
Most of you know, anyone can find anything on the internet, including your full legal name and personal email, your home address, phone number, and even your relatives. For me, personally, I never took this kind of stuff seriously, that people can take my personal data and use it for their own financial gain. Well, in 2019, I got my identity stolen, including my social security number and credit card information, and it was a total nightmare getting it all sorted out. From recouping loans that were taken out in my name and shopping sprees on my credit card, there are some really bad people out there, and it's sad to say, but it's true. Do a Google search for your personal information or someone you know and see if a people search site shows up. The information is easily accessible because of data brokers who profit by selling your information to robocallers, telemarketers, spammers, and anyone else that wants to learn more about you. And so for me, protecting my and my family's personal data and information is at the utmost importance because of the terrible experience I had 4 years ago. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, Aura. Aura will identify data brokers that are exposing your information and automatically submit opt-out requests on your behalf. They will even opt out of junk mail and telemarketing lists. Aura also monitors your emails and passwords to see if they're involved in any data breach and exposed on the dark web. Aura's app also features VPN password manager, real-time credit card and identity theft monitoring, internet parental controls, and protects your device from malware. Aura has almost every internet safety tool you'll ever need, all inside one app, which is what makes it so amazing, so that you don't have to use multiple platforms and sites to protect yourself. Let Aura do the hard work, keeping you safe online. And if you sign up right now, Aura will give you a 2-week free trial with my link below. You'll be shocked at how much your private information Aura finds exposed over 2 weeks. I was shocked at how much my information Aura was able to find when I was using the app. Go to aura.com/CBC to start your free trial. Also linked in the description, or you can scan the QR code here. Now back to the video.
Appreciate you. That, like I said, Go check that link. Use that code on Aura so that you won't get your stuff taken. It's different out in these cyber streets, and you don't want to wake up one day and your stuff just gone. So click that link down below. But let's get straight back into it. So the final two guys I got on this list are going to be somebody that can help stretch the floor, which of course we've been desperately needing. And I'm gonna bring up the first guy who's probably next to Trey. I mean, yeah, next to not Trey, next to Jalen Suggs is probably next guy that I feel like is wasting the most away at his team, and that would be Corey Crisper from the Washington Wizards. That's a forward. He's 6'6", 224. He's averaging 12.2 points a game, 2.5 rebounds, 1.7 assists, and shooting 47.9 from the field. And he's shooting 36.3 from three as of now. Career is 38.2. But as the last 10 game stretch, he's shooting the ball pretty nicely at a 36. It's pretty consistent. He's a knockdown shooter. So that's somebody we definitely desperately need. But I've always had my eye on Crisper. He's another Gonzaga guy that played with Jalen Suggs, and he was a guy that I knew was NBA ready. It's not too many people that know their role and coming into the league the way he did and does. He comes off. He knew how to come off every type of screen. He knew how to shoot the ball. He has an NBA everything when it comes to shooting, jumper, form, release. He has it all. So he knows how to play basketball the right way as well. Not only can he can also put it on the deck if you need to, but I think the most thing that intrigues me is how good of a shooter he is and how good at his age that he's able to come off screens. Now he is a bit of an older player that came out of college. I think he did either 3 or 4 years, but that's what comes where like I said, he's one of the best players when it comes to knowing what to do in his role. So he knows how to play basketball the right way. He knows how to make the next pass. And he's not the greatest defender, but he's not a slouch. He's going to try, and that's the majority of what defense is. It's just effort and trying. So I think he would be a great addition over there. Like I said, it's the Wizards. The Wizards not going to do shit. We all know the Wizards not going to do shit. If some Wizards fans watching, I'm bad, my fault. But y'all know y'all not shit. But it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I think he's wasting away over there. And it's real life time for him to go somewhere else where he can really showcase his talents. But to get into the next one, this guy right here is probably wasting his talent the most. And it's not only because it's a lot of people in front of him. It's really a lot of people in front of him. And then he's just not getting it exactly the right shine he get. And that is Trey Murphy III from the New Orleans Pelicans. This man right here is 6'8", out of Virginia, I want to say. Out of Virginia, 6'8", 206. Was a first round pick, 17 pick. He's averaging 13.7 points a game, 4.2 rebounds a game, 1.8 assists, 43.9 from the field, shooting the ball at the three ball at 37.6. A career is 39.3. And over the last 10 games, he's averaging 49.9 at the three ball. So he's shooting the cover off the ball as of now. And on the road, he's averaging 43.6 at the 3-point percentage. So to me, he's a big small forward. He's 6'7". He's deceivingly athletic. Can guard multiple positions. He's a pretty good defender, and he can shoot the cover off the ball. And I don't believe, is he starting over there? He might be. I don't know, or seven or occasions, but he could really be a real nice piece and court guy when it comes to the Chicago Bulls, and he's probably on my list, probably rank one of somebody. If as soon as you hear the words that he's not trying to make it work or he's not trying to come back to the Pelicans, he needs to be one of the first people on your list to bring in a Chicago uniform. He's everything we need. He has size, he athleticism, and like I said, he can shoot the cover on the ball. And fourth of all, he's young. He can get even better. So who knows what his ceiling can be, but his ceiling is never going to show with Zion, CJ McCollum, and who am I? Brandon Ingram over there. It's never going to shine over there. So he's going to be in purgatory to the least. So he's probably the number one person that I'm desperate for him to get the hell up out of the situation he's in. But ladies and gentlemen, most importantly, I want to hear what are some players y'all think in some disgruntled places or some places they feel like they need to be out of that can work on the Chicago Bulls. I want y'all to drop them mugs down low in the comments, the comic box. I want to hear what y'all got to say. But it's been Steve-O with another episode from Chi-Town Sports Central, and we'll be back with another one. I feel like doing another video. Peace.